so many of our like songs, whenever they're describing a beautiful girl, they describe her hair to be like long and like silk.
No.
Yeah, and it's like, which
You
girl?
guys are on another level.
What do you
East,
mean?
man.
Like her long silky hair, and I'm like, who? Which one? You know?
Point me to her.
So yeah, season 3, baby. Who would have thought we would be here? Anyway, you guys, welcome back to another session of the She Sessions. Wow, I say that correctly. We don't want to be like we're ignoring you guys. A couple of you guys have actually been sending stories, reactions, etc. to some of our episodes. So I'm gonna read one of them, and we're gonna segue in today's topic. So, you guys ready?
Go ahead.
Let's get into it. It's a short one actually. It goes, I listened to your latest episode. Don't know which one that is because this is actually an old message. Sorry to you, girl. We weren't ignoring you, I promise. And I'm sad that I can relate to what Mariam said. What did you say?
I'm wondering.
My mom is constantly commenting on my body changes, especially when I gain weight. Which episode was this?
I think there was this episode where we talked about black female health and like how our bodies are changing as we get older. I can't remember what the episode was called, but I think it was this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Season 1, I think.
Season 2.
Season 2. Okay.
Season 2, yeah.
Okay. So, yeah. Okay. My mom is constantly commenting on my body changes, especially when I gain weight. Like you guys said, it's such an African parents thing, but it's still very depressing and it comes with a lot of pressure.
Sorry, girl.
Yeah. I wish for our generation of parents to be better at this. BTW, I'm 24 and I don't live in my home country with my family. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's hard with family.
You think?
Yeah, because they'll
actually,
always
yeah.
just say what they think without really thinking about how it would make us feel.
But do you think we'll be better at this as a generation of parents?
I would hope
I mean,
so.
I hope so, but do you really think we'll be able to?
I mean, we have to break the cycle. But
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's just very relatable. I mean, growing up with my lovely African parents. Yeah, I mean, you always got comments, and I don't think they realized how much they hurt us, you know, because they think, oh, we want them to improve. That's why we say this and that. But in reality, it really hurts.
Truly.
And it affects the way one feels about their image.
Some of it actually is not even about trying to improve. So I'm going to tell you guys a story, and I don't think this had anything to do with making me improve anything. So this is very fresh, actually. So sometime last year, I cut my hair off. Like, I had a big chop because I just had a lot of damage and I just wanted to restart my Afro journey and stuff. And I've mentioned in the episode we did before about hair that I'm very insecure about my hair. Like, I don't just walk around in my natural hair. I'm just not there, you know, with my self-love, whatever, da-da-da-da. And in that sense, though, I have people that I'm comfortable around to have my natural hair in whatever state. And one of them is obviously my mother. I love my mother. Like, my mom is just super chilled, I mean, she has her African parent things that she does as well, but when
We
it comes
all
to...
do, even me.
You know?
Sorry, go on.
But when it comes to my hair, my mom's that one person I'm comfortable just being around her in any state my hair is in. So after my big chop sometime last year, as I normally do, I call my mom on video. And so because it's my mom, I didn't bother to ask, hey mom, what you up to? Can I call you? Blah, blah, blah. I just called. And I called her on video and she picks up the phone only to figure out she was actually not home. She was at some gathering. She was like with relatives, other family members, blah, 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 blah. So obviously I'm calling. So everyone is like, oh, Rufaro is calling.
It's
so
like FaceTime or...
Yeah, like WhatsApp video. And so everyone is excited on some, Rufaro is calling, come say hi, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And the phone is just being passed around. Tell me why this auntie, she takes the phone and she just goes like, so she's speaking in Shona. So to my Shona listeners, she just goes like, Rufaro koku shata kudai, which means like, wow, you're looking so ugly. Like,
oh my God.
My heart.
No. What?
I swear, I kid you not.
Oh my God.
To the people who understand Shona, you can't do justice in English. How that statement is deep. She just goes like, "You are looking so ugly. Why did you cut your hair? You are looking so ugly." And I'm like,
"Oh my God."
So you know, in that moment, I was stuck. You know, when you're stuck in a moment where you don't know, do I stand up for myself right now? Because also, this is an elder, like this is your elder. And you can't just say anything. I'm still in that mindset.
Is she older than your mom? Or actually, it doesn't matter. I don't know.
It doesn't matter. I mean,
questions.
Yeah, I mean, she's a bit younger than my mom, but she's still in that age group. Right? And she's still a mom to me. Like in my culture, as far as my culture is concerned, her and my mom are like at par. And I'm just stuck. In that split second, I have to make a decision. Do I say something and cut this behavior right here, right now, and come across as the rude person? Or do I just let it slide? And yeah, I'm ashamed to say I let it slide. I just literally went like, oh yeah, I cut my hair. I just wanted a fresh start, blah, blah, blah. But I was just like, it broke my heart so much. And in that moment also, I don't know if my mom actually heard this because the phone was being passed around.
Yeah.
I mean, knowing my mom, she probably wouldn't say anything in front of everyone or anything, but maybe in private. But I actually don't know if she heard this. And I never asked her to say, what was that comment about, you know? Because I also wonder what it feels like hearing someone call your child ugly. Like, what? So, yeah, when we read the story, when we got this message, shout out to you, the person who sent the story. It just reminded me of that story because I just felt like, yes, sometimes it's like it's coming with positivity, but this was just outright mean.
There was nothing positive about that statement.
Absolutely not. So already I'm insecure about my hair. That just made me even more insecure. I was just like, absolutely not. Because in that moment, there was no need for me to call my mom wearing a wig or whatever. But in that moment, I swear to you guys, for a split second, I was like, where is that damn wig? Like,
You know, this is really funny because I've been, like I told you earlier, you know, I've been big chopping for the past like 3 years. I've just had short hair. And I recently, beginning of this year, like when I traveled to Dubai, and I was FaceTiming my uncles for the first time in a really, really long time. And I didn't want them to see my hair, honestly, because I was like, I don't want comments. They're going to be like, why is this girl walking around bald? You know, so I actually wrapped my hair. I wrapped my head in a scarf to talk to them. And they, the whole time, they're like, why is your hair like wrapped? What's going on? And I did not want them to see my hair like super short because I knew there were going to be comments. They're going to talk like, why is your hair so short? And so I understand, like, I don't know if it's a thing with just African parents when it comes to, or our societies when it comes to like super short hair on girls. I don't know, girl. I don't know.
I also don't get it. But anyway, guys, I really hope and pray we become better at this as parents. Can we just not? Because honestly, one thing I know for sure, if and when I become a mom and someone passes a comment like that to my child, I better not be around because hands are being thrown. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you're about. Hands are being thrown because I'm not about to have my child suffer the same things I suffered or even worse. In fact, I'm going to teach my child to check y'all like, shut up. But yeah, so we're talking about hair, by the way. I think you can tell by now. And there's just a lot of stuff we left hanging from the previous episode. If you haven't listened to the hair episode, go listen to it. It was in season 1. Yeah. And then you come catch up with this one. But yeah, man. Afro hair. First of all, shout out to Mariam and I for having the same hairstyle. Trust me, guys. We did not.
It was actually not
talk
planned.
about
it was
They did not give me like the memo.
Giving we were like, hey Mariam, let's get braids. Let's not tell Hadya. That's not what happened, guys. We just rolled up here and we just both have goddess
You guys
braids.
look great.
And lovely, thank you.
We love your hair too,
But
Hadya.
we absolutely
Thank
love
you.
it.
Thank
Hadya,
you.
you're growing out your hair.
Yeah,
now.
it's growing. It's growing. Now I can like show my uncles on video and stuff.
They'll be like, uncover that hair. Uncover that hair. Guys, I have this thing that irritates me so much. I just mentioned it off mic, but you know how there's this rhetoric of black-owned products, and I notice it a lot in the hair community, let me say. Is this hype real? Like, is black-owned products a real thing to say they are good because they are black-owned, or we just trying to hype our own? Because I know of certain products that are just there, but they're not black-owned, but they're very much used. Like Shea Moisture. Shea Moisture is not black-owned, I think.
It is.
Is it?
I don't think it is. It is.
It's no longer. Well, I know he finally like sold to Unilever or something, but the original.
Not Unilever.
Yeah, Unilever. The original, like the founder, he's from, I think he's of Cameroonian descent.
What products do you even use, you guys? Because
I use trashy Cantu, man. Like, can somebody give me, like, I hate Cantu. I don't know why I still use it. It's trash. Please don't use Cantu.
But I also feel like Cantu here in Germany is different from Cantu back home.
You think so?
I swear on it.
Okay.
It just feels different.
Like better or worse?
Worse.
Oh, okay. I don't
Is
know.
it not?
I mean, I don't think I used it a bit. So when I started on my natural hair journey, 2012, many years ago, this was the first because it was the most accessible one at the time. So I started out with their like leave-in conditioners. I think maybe also their shampoo. But then it really worked. Like it really made sense for like our hair. But now it's just try like it's when you also first of all they had that one line that was either I think it was either the shea butter line or the argan oil line, but now there's everything. Like you walk in and you just see like so many different, like it's been, I don't know what the word is, commercialized, I don't know, but it's it just, and it makes you feel like they've taken away the attention to, okay, this has to actually work for black hair, for 4C hair, and it just feels like trash. I don't know.
Yeah. For me, I've actually reverted back to using like drugstore stuff because I felt like the products were, like you said, I feel like the quality is just not that great anymore and they're super expensive. And so I kind of try to just like use natural oils on my hair before like I wash it, and all of that. And then for washing, I'll just use anything from the drugstore, I don't know. I feel like
prices though.
The prices are ridiculous. It's just, it doesn't make any sense because like people with straight hair don't have to pay this much, to wash their hair.
How much do they even pay? I don't know. How much does a normal salon visit
You can get
cost?
for like €3.
Washing
€2 something.
Oh, I think you're talking
you're
about
talking about also walk in and wash. Oh.
Like even for a white person, how much do they pay for like a salon visit? I'm so interested in knowing
I think you know, right?
What?
Did you say you got your hair cut or something?
Yeah, but it was a black owned salon. But she did all types of hair, and then for like black hair she had prices, and then for like non-black hair she had prices.
Don't tell me the black hair was more expensive.
Probably. I can't really say. I don't remember, but there's like literally
crazy.
It's like afro hair, this and this, afro hair, this and this. And then for the other one, I don't know if she calls it normal hair or if she calls it white. I don't know. Or straight hair.
Maybe it's just called hair.
I have to go back and check the list.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to just like go off. Well, not really off topic. I saw this on TikTok the other day. There was some Wahite chick that was trying to explain how she has curly hair. So I think she talked about her hair being curly, and then some, trust the Black Americans to step in and say, some people commented on one of her posts to say you should stop calling your hair curly hair because that's not curly hair.
But was it curly in the video?
It was normal white people hair. It wasn't even like, how some some white people or some like Latin American people have very like, you know, the hair is like very straight. It wasn't even like that. It was, you know, when they like scrunch it up and make the end, and then it becomes and it becomes wavy. This one was curly.
I mean, there are people who have natural curly hair who are not black.
Yeah, like 3B, 3C. No. I'm saying those patterns exist, but this wasn't. This wasn't any of those.
But my question also is, why do you want it to be? Because we all know you don't desire your hair to be like that.
This is what I couldn't understand, and then she was like scrunching it up.
Oh my god!
And it's also this thing of like, why do you pretend like our hair is something you actually desire when we all know it's not? You know, I get so agitated during those festivals where it's costume parties, carnivals and stuff, and I'm seeing these Afro wigs as a costume being advertised as a little clown costume, or just as a costume in general. I'm like, what the heck? So my hair, you know, this reminds me of a story. Like this one time I was at work, and this man, so that time I did my hair like a sleek back with a little puffy bun. Like I attached a puffy bun, and then it was around carnival time in Cologne that time, and so he was asking me, oh, will you be going for the Cologne parade, blah blah blah. And I was like, actually it's not my thing, it's too loud and stuff. If I ever decide to watch it, I actually just like watching it on TV, and that's it. And I was like, oh, he just goes like, oh, Shada, like, oh, it's a shame because you would actually fit in very well. And I was like, what do you mean? He was like, you already have the hair for it.
Oh,
I was like,
no.
God damn, bitch.
Wow.
Like,
oh no.
What?
Wait, he said that to your face?
He did. So, and then he was like, oh, he goes on to say the only missing thing is the nose. I was like, what the fuck is you talking about?
Basically, you look like a
clown. Like, my hair is clown hair.
God.
White people, just
but I'm just
do
like,
better,
this
please.
is perpetuated by these costumes. Like, I just froze. Anyways.
Yeah, just do better. I don't know.
Anyway, I don't want to get into... I don't want to get into the racism of it, but it's kind of difficult not to. Yeah. It's very, very difficult not to. Because also, I feel like the racism is not only coming from the white people, unfortunately, but depending on the country you live in, you're going to relate to what I'm about to say. There's a certain group of people, I'm not going to say who they are, because if you're black and you're a woman who goes buying products, depending on where you live, you know it. You know. There's a certain ethnic group of people who have somehow monopolized the hair care or hair products industry in different in these big countries, and they're rude as fuck. If you live in Cologne, there's this store at Neumarkt in Cologne that sells black hair products and even food products actually. When I tell you guys, these people are so freaking rude. They will literally throw the plastic at you. Like,
oh no.
No hi, no nothing. Like you get to the till to pay. No hi, no nothing. They just ring up your stuff, tell you the price, grab the money, give you the change, throw the plastic wait for you to, don't even wait actually. Just throw the plastic for you to pack your stuff. And I'm like,
well, is that the only option you have? I know when I lived in Hamburg, like I always bought my stuff from like an Afro shop run by like, I think she's Ghanaian. And in Frankfurt, I buy from an Afro shop run by, so this one's going to put me in hot water. They could be Eritrean or Ethiopian, but I don't know where they're from exactly. But yeah, so they run these stores. And I've actually not seen the stores, but I know they're like very popular in the UK. Like in the UK, if you want to buy from these stores, it's always run by Indians. I didn't know
Really, I didn't know that.
But it's a thing.
Okay.
I've seen this in South Africa as well, actually.
Okay,
it's also a thing in South Africa. Like when I lived in South Africa, there were parts where, or maybe it's just where I lived, but there were parts where the stores are just run by them, and they're usually so rude. It's almost as if they know we need them. These products aren't sold anywhere else, so you kind of, you know, like this store at Neumarkt, it's Neumarkt in Köln that I'm talking about. It's it's not like you're asking, it's not the only option.
Yeah.
There's so many other options, but it's just directly at the bond station,
So
you know,
it's
so
easy
it's
and
easy to just
accessible.
run in and buy your expression braids. Like when I got this hair, when I wanted to do this hair, I had to swallow my pride and just go, because I have sworn, I've told my friends this, I have sworn, if I have any other option where I can buy something other than them, I'm not going in there. But on that day, I was so tired, and I passed through there from work and stuff. I was so tired. I was like, oh my God, do I now go to GT World? Because there's also a GT World. You guys
so
have GT World
we have
Frankfurt.
GT.
Yeah.
So that's what I was saying.
But I was like, GT World is, it's this turn, this corner, this one. It's quite a walk. And I was so tired, and I was like, the only thing I need is expression hair. Let me just swallow my pride and go buy my hair.
Did you regret it?
I always regret it. Whenever I go in there, I always regret it.
Yeah.
Like, I've gone in trying to buy plantain and, you know, things like that. And
but do you maybe
regretting
do you think it's maybe not intentional and it's just like an
attitude thing?
Just like also cultural? Because I don't know if you've had to work with them in other spaces. Like I get this, I hear this a lot where it's like, you know, even like if someone has a work colleague and is this, you know, sometimes in their delivery they could be very like rude or like you know, obviously not everybody, but I've heard this every now and then. So maybe it's not like in the context of like black hair, but just an attitude thing.
But you know, this is kind of interesting because honestly, I've never went into like a hair shop, especially here, and it was them.
Oh yeah, that's what I was saying.
Like it's like Ethiopians, like you said, and Eritreans in Berlin and Munich now. That's the people, and also just like West Africans.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
I want to see one shop being run by Africans. Maybe I'm not going around enough.
Yeah, it's actually like your statement is a bit foreign for me.
Really?
Yeah, because
for me, I'm also bringing it from South Africa. Okay. So when I saw it, I was just like, I got a bit of PTSD. I was like, not again.
Okay.
I was like, I'm trying to run away
I know,
from
like
this.
in London, it's exactly that as well.
I've heard this. Yeah. I've heard this, but I don't know, man. I'm just like, why? I want more black-owned products that are just not overpriced.
Yeah.
That are actually really good. Because when we say black-owned products, you guys are so damn expensive.
It doesn't make any sense.
Honestly.
Like, why am I paying 15 euros for shampoo?
Please.
It's just shampoo.
Like,
and now like these freaking products from Beyonce and freaking Rihanna, we love them both, but what do you mean like products cost like 40 euros? Like I'm not going to pay 40 euros for a shampoo.
I mean, it's just washing hair. What I'm trying to do is, Mariam is like, I'm gonna pay that money plus a tip.
No, I was thinking
like, Beyonce, where are you? I want to tip you.
We love you, Beyonce. We love Beyonce.
You guys know how I feel about Beyonce slander.
No, man. Like I'm not paying that much money for freaking hair products. Like it's ridiculous. And they're all.
I think it's a bit layered. I think that's why I was making my.
It's a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. The Beyonce and Rihanna one maybe, but also Rihanna's everything Fenty. She already put that in a certain category of products, right? Like. It's not would I say mainstream stuff is a little bit high end. It's high end, right? So even with her makeup stuff is a little bit on the high end side, a little bit more accessible than high end, but
still high end.
So I think hers makes sense. Beyonce,
you're just buying the name. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think it's kind of like the same. But I do so in general, like you were saying, when it's like black owned. It's the thing of I think it's a little bit layered, right?
Let's go through the layers, please, and layer the layers because I'm ready for you.
There. I'll say there are two ways I want to like kind of look at it or talk about it. So first is like shea moisture. So I think when you were saying black racism and black owned brands, and sometimes we perpetuate it as well. I don't know if you remember back in the day, so I'll say like 2015 thereabouts when shea moisture was hot. I don't know if you can like remember there was a time that everybody actually wanted to use shea moisture, and there was this whole thing. So the guy, that's how I got to know about this, like actually know about him, because Black Americans, they don't hold back. So he had a big vision for his like business, which is fine. So he wanted to be the first, according to him, the first, but I think Cantu kind of did that as well. But I don't know if Cantu is Black owned. I think you were saying it's probably not, but I don't know. So he wanted to be the first Black owned hair care product, or even I think they do skincare as well. Right? That was mainstream. But the way he went about it was so wild. So there were a series of ads back in the day that were it just didn't make sense. So the first one was, he had this Christmas ad. I remember then, like Shea Moisture was the product for 4C hair. Like when, back when the natural hair movement, 2010, 2012, that period, Shea Moisture was like, if you have this, you're really taking care of your hair. And Black women were like, the majority buyers of this product. And I think first he had this Christmas ad where he puts in, like, it was just like racially ambiguous people with like very like light curled hairs that actually did the ads for Shea Moisture. Black women were livid. So Black women in America were livid, because it's like, this is really insulting. But even African women, because like we're the ones buying your product, and you go and you do a mainstream ad and you put in like racially ambiguous people with like loose textured hair, so like not 4C but something else, and these are the people you're using for your ads. So that was one. Then, and this one was wild, then there was the one of trying to transition from being in the Afro shop to being in like a drugstore. And the ad goes thus: there was a white woman that walked into an Afro shop and was looking lost. Like something was gonna come and like, oh, I can't find my way around this place. And then it was like, we're going to like break the barrier and we're gonna put this in the main, like, imagine that.
Can we stop doing too much? Like,
and so basically we're gonna break this and then we're gonna put this in the regular store so you don't feel lost. How do you
Who's getting lost? Who's getting lost in a store?
How do you okay that as a Cameroonian?
Yeah.
That owns a brand like this. But again, it was very clear that in his own case, it's really just about profits, right? So now comes to the second side of what you guys were saying, where I also have to look at it as someone that's also in business. I'm not saying it's okay, but if this is how Black-owned businesses can compete by having, that kind of, in some cases, marginal difference, in some cases maybe a little bit more in pricing, is that a bad thing, and should we support it or not?
The thing with me is I'm still biased. Like, when it comes to that, I'm biased all the way, no lie. Like, I will, on God, on everything, I will always choose Black. Always. I don't care. If I had the money for it, trust me, I would be buying the sacred products and whatnot. The only thing stopping me right now is I'm just like weighing my options to say, do I really want to spend my money on sacred, or do I want to spend it on something else?
Yeah, but I think Beyonce and Rihanna even still like in a different category, but just like independent, like
regular.
If somebody says, oh, I have this recipe, I've put together this, hair care line with products that my grandmother, blah blah blah. But then for her to be able to, pay for the packaging, do this and do that, because she's not Unilever, right? It's gonna cost her so much more to produce, 10 bottles than it will cost Unilever to produce 10,000.
Yeah.
So therefore, each bottle has to cost a bit more.
Yeah.
Should we support that or not?
I would. Honestly, if a brand right now is to approach us as the podcast, I would fight both of y'all. If they are to approach us and be like, guys, I'm starting out hair care products, would you please promote my products? But you guys have to pay for them. I'm doing it. Guys, we're doing it. That's my thing. I'm biased in that because I'm just like you are describing, they are overpricing it for a reason. They're not just doing it because of this capitalism thing we are used to when it comes to other brands. They're doing it for a reason. But what I also want to see then, if and when you do make it, are you then going to like do a little bit of, I can't speak English, guys, a little bit of Anpassung, like are you going to match, to rearrange yourself and match where you're now at?
But the thing
you know what I'm saying?
I don't think that no matter what an independent what would you call it, right? Like an independent, like a business does, they're never going to be able to match the prices of Unilever. That's the thing. Like, we still have to remember it's Unilever in the market, it's Bayersdorf in the market. They're never going to be able to match, no matter how much they've made it. Do you know what I mean? Because they all Procter and Gamble, you can't compete with them, right, on a price level because their production costs, they literally go to some countries and, you know, basically enslave people to have very low production costs, right? You know, someone that is growing like their own brand and stuff isn't going to do that. They wouldn't even be able to afford that. So I don't know that they'll ever be able to actually now have just similar. What ends up happening is they sell out, right? So eventually Unilever takes over, and then
but then that's the thing. Even when these bigger companies take over, the products are still expensive.
That's true.
That is actually true.
Like capitalism is just nonsense.
Cantu is not cheap. You know, it's like
really
it's
not.
like, isn't it? The bottle is like €7 or €8, which you know.
Mariam
I'm
is
sorry, I'm so pissed.
It's like, come to bring me back my money. Like,
they're still, you know, not really at that affordable range.
Not at
you
all.
know, and that's the point. Like, we support them. But then at what point are they, will they just stay at this price, or will they actually decrease the prices once they've reached?
I actually wonder if anybody knows how this pricing thing works, please write to us. We'll actually like to understand it better. Maybe if we have an understanding, right, if we as consumers have a better understanding, our listeners and co, it might actually help us, you know, not be so put off by, you know, buying this product. If you have a good explanation for this, actually help us. Like, why is Cantu still so expensive when they've sold their souls out and their product is now shit?
Literally.
You know?
I even saw a video, especially I would love to know for Germany. There's this, you know, TikTok sometimes it just refreshes its thing on its own. I hate that. Because I was watching this video of a woman here in Germany. She has a hair care line. She started a hair care line. And she was talking.
Nana Addison.
I don't know.
Oh, I know the story.
Natural product.
Do you know what happened?
What happened?
Okay. Oh, you haven't seen. Oh, that whole story is so sad. Okay, so I think is it Addison or Anderson? I think it's Addison. So there is this entrepreneur. She's of Ghanaian descent. Based in Berlin, I think. And she actually, so I first found her during the pandemic. So she was one of the Black voices that was speaking out for the funding gap when it comes to Black-owned startups and businesses. So the funding gap when they were trying to raise funds, and, you know, investors not really looking at Black businesses because they don't understand, like, they don't care to understand the statistics of, you know, who their consumers are, and actually saying there's actually like a market for these Black businesses. So in her own case, I think she started out as a hair, like she had a salon, I think. And then it now grew into her starting her own line. It's called Ancient.
Okay.
So she launched Ancient early this year. And I followed the whole thing because I've followed her for a while on Instagram. And she's also into like, I think events or something. I'm honestly not sure. So she does something with like also independent artists in Ghana or maybe in West Africa. So she literally spends half her time in Ghana and half her time here. And basically this year she kind of announced, like around the time Beyonce announced as well, that she had released her own Black owned line and had the whole story. My grandmother, this and that, blah, blah, blah. I've created this very authentic stuff. So, and also really proud to have something that is also from Germany, right? So there's stuff from Black America, stuff from like Black Brits, but this is like Black German. Girl, it took a turn. It took a very nasty turn. So a few weeks ago, I think maybe 2-3 weeks ago, I was on LinkedIn. I also follow her on LinkedIn. And then I saw this like long German, like it was just German text, right? And I saw at first it didn't make sense. It was a bit cryptic if you look at the pictures. So there was like someone's legs in a hospital bed.
Is that her?
Yeah.
I saw this.
Yeah.
thread.
So basically, oh God, I can't remember the beginning. She was ill, I think, and called the ambulance and was taken to a hospital and tried to explain that she wasn't feeling well. She was in a lot of pain, but somehow she wasn't being attended to properly. And I think she was now even misdiagnosed, which now led to some partial type of like paralysis for her. So she basically is in a lot of pain and can't sit or stand. And basically she had been in the hospital because of that. She is now I think going through some type of maybe physiotherapy or getting some treatment to actually kind of rehabilitate like her movement, right? So she can like move again. And in that time, because her brand Ancient was very new, she lost the investors that were going to some of the investors that were going to invest in the brand because she was now incapacitated, and some of her workers as well. So basically the brand was just dead, and she was like, now she has like a warehouse full of products and no way to like sell them. So she was kind of pleading that, okay, like please just buy this stuff, like I don't want to have to do a GoFundMe or anything when I have products that I can sell. So she was like, basically, please just buy all this stuff and let me just kind of have money to think and recover. I was like that hurts me so much. And I'm so sorry because I feel like this is a little bit off topic, because I was just thinking of, as an entrepreneur, how you literally give your whole life. I'm sorry,
like
this is making me emotional a bit, but you literally give your whole life to like your work and stuff, and like everything that you literally, you know, work for, care about. Like some people literally sacrifice having family, friends and everything, and then, you know, and it's not even about the money. It's not really like thing. It's like building and building and building and, you know, waiting for that big break, and then something like that just happens. Like I was like, I was so trying. I remember like I spoke with Fola about this for like, because I was just like, this is so sad, because at least somebody that also, because I followed her story, it just honestly, like I don't imagine that she's going to say this, but like I really wish her the very best, because it was so sad, because you work so hard. Like, because the thing is, what is going to take her, even if like when she comes out of it, and she will come out of it, right? She's going to recover and get better. But what's going to take for her to kind of start again is, you know, like is insane. I just
we need to find this website. Like that's the thing. Like I lost the story, and I didn't know this was actually linked. We need to find this website and link it down, guys. You black girlies listening to this, let's go buy these products. Like,
I mean, in this case, we should definitely support.
Honestly,
each other.
I think when we find the website, we're coming for you, girl. We need to get those products out of the warehouse. Like, come on. If anything, we are buying shitty Cantu anyway. This is gonna sound like
oh my god, you guys are gonna get sued.
It's gonna be like Cantu bashing session, but
oh my god,
take that €20 you're gonna buy Cantu and let's go support one of our own. Like, guys, if anything, right now we're not looking for for the best product. We're just trying to support one of our own. So
that's how I felt. Like, it's not even, I don't even think I need the product or anything, but of course I'm going to,
it's like, for her, because it's a different thing to just give her money in a GoFundMe, but buying her products is just something to say, hey, I see your vision, I'm here for you. And the more of us who do this, we see you girls listening from Germany, like I'm talking to y'all, let's go buy these products, because this is coming from a black woman. I trust and believe that she's going to make a better product than freaking Unilever. I'm sorry, but that's just how it is. But
and she's very intentional about her brand, you know. Like I said, I've been like, I feel like I've sent her like DMs more than once of just like, I just like really love what you're doing. It really sad. Like it really broke my heart when I saw it, because I was just like, and to also think like, you know, obviously so many things. It's the medical system. It's ignoring black people when they complain about how they're feeling, misdiagnosis. We're talking about Germany. Like Germany is the place where politicians in my country fly themselves out to when they have health issues because it's like top tier medicine and you literally can't figure out what is wrong with someone and let that happen. Like that really pissed me off. Yeah.
Ciao. That's a topic
lot
for another day, but it's a lot of it in one, but in this one hair story. But shout out to her.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. So yeah, I mean, to just kind of wrap it up, you know, I kind of want to get into something.
Okay, go
you
ahead.
get into it. You get into yours.
Okay. No, I just wanted to ask you guys. I think we already spoke about this a little bit in our last episode about hair, but I wanted to ask you guys about the concept of good hair and if you guys have it like in your country. And I'm not talking about the worldview of
good hair.
I'm talking about in your country. Is there like good hair?
Of course.
And bad hair?
Of course there is.
There is. If it's long, it's
and
good.
Straight.
If it's full, it's good. If you don't have edges like me,
oh my God.
It's terrible.
Oh my God.
Actually, speaking about that, I'm calling out people who now do braids with gel. If I see African hairstylists doing that, I'm Is that the definition of good hair now? Because I feel like I was gonna say I think our standards of good hair come from other people.
Okay.
Yeah,
definitely, 100%.
Like, because back home, having a full afro, like just having your afro like puffy and stuff, it was a thing. It used to be a thing. But nowadays, the girlies are running after them wigs, you know. I mean, like at the end of the day, people should do what they want.
100%.
That's not what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But the true message behind it is that's what's good.
Yeah.
You're considering that better than something else. But for some, I understand it's coming from a place where it's just better to manage. It's easier to do. And in the grand scheme of things, maybe it's actually cheaper because a wig that I'm going to buy for 120 euros is going to save me money that I would have used for Cantu products.
Oh my God. Not Cantu, guys. Oh my God. Cantu, I have nothing against you people. Like,
now I have beef with Cantu.
Oh my God.
But yeah, so it just goes to answer your question. It just goes to good hair being straight, being the most expensive in the room, being the most luscious, being da 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 da.
Yeah, I don't know. We definitely, obviously, we have it, and it's really funny because in so many of our like songs, whenever they're describing a beautiful girl, they describe her hair to be like long and like silk.
No.
Yeah, and it's like. Which
you
girl?
guys are on another level.
What do you
East,
mean?
man.
Like her long silky hair, and I'm like, who? Which one? You know?
Point me to her.
Yeah, it's just
is the long hair in the room with us.
And you know, it's very common in like Sudanese households that the siblings would have different textures of hair. This is very common, and between me and my sisters, like. I was the one or one of the two who didn't have like the good hair.
Really?
Yeah. So my grandmother, God rest her soul, like she used to say it to my face. She used to be like,
absolutely.
Yeah, she used to be like, this is the sister with the bad hair, you know. You know, it's like this is the sister with the bad hair. Yeah, like.
But actually, I relate to that because my brother, my directly elder brother, he has long ass dreadlocks and his hair was always beautiful growing up. And because we grew up so close to each other, we almost look like twins. And people would pass similar comments like, "Oh, Tawa," my brother's name is Tawanda. They would be like, "Tawa has nice hair, blah blah blah." And that time, I'm struggling with my hair, and I love you, bro, but I was, and I still am jealous of his hair because it's just
Cantu.
Oh my God!
I need to buy him Germany Cantu products.
Send it to him.
Shout out to you though. But yeah, why is it? I mean, it still goes back to how family will make you feel like shite. So
well,
I hate that. But we're gonna have to have a conversation about wigs one of these days. Like,
I like wigs, man.
No, it's not about not liking them. It's just there's a lot to.
You know what my auntie always says? She's like, I get like nobody's saying you shouldn't wear wigs, but why do you guys never wear wigs that looks more like black hair?
That's always
also
like the it's always straight.
I'm like, auntie, men will not look at you. Sorry, it's just
but actually, I'm me personally.
It's just what it is.
Men will not look at. So we're doing it for men. They will come for you.
Okay,
in
now
the comment section.
the topic will go in a different direction. Like, Honey, I'm not doing my hair for men, so like.
But also, I just saw this documentary about how they make those wigs, that where that hair comes from and stuff. Have you seen that kind of stuff going around? That some of the hair is actually taken from dead people.
Oh my God, yeah, I heard that.
And I think my message, I mean, this is a conversation to be had on a deeper level, but my message to people is... So
you think it's like a spiritual thing?
I believe it.
Really?
I do believe it. Because some of it, some of the people who shave their hair, like in the Indian culture, apparently, there's a lot of documentaries about it now on YouTube, actually. Some of it is a spiritual practice where they're doing a cleansing of sorts. And then they take that hair and then they make the wigs. So my message to people is you don't have to believe in it. You don't. But when you buy the hair, do something. I don't know. Pray over it. I don't know.
Oh my God.
Do something. I swear to God. Just you know, my thing is deeper than it is, man. Just wigs. You know, when I saw it,
just
I was
lay
just
your
like,
wigs
guys,
in front
this
of
thing
you.
is deeper than it. No. Okay,
praying.
So my thing is, I don't have to believe in something for it to be true. So just in case it's true, it doesn't hurt to just say, hey, God, I've bought this hair. Please, if there's anything attached to it, damn it, you know. I swear. Like, honestly, I do pray for wigs. When I buy wigs, I pray for them. I do. Girl. Ever since I saw that documentary, I was like, "Ooh, I've not actually the devil is a liar." You should. You guys should check out these kind of documentaries, and we'll have a deeper conversation on this. But
the one I see these days is people going around like this. I see some content of people that claim they sell wigs going around in some countries and asking people, "Can you cut your hair?" And then they call it like donor hair. Oh, can I cut your hair? It's something I'll pay. Like they're basically trying to show that they're actually getting it from people.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that with a black woman doing that.
I think she's Nigerian.
Bombastic.
The thing about Nigerians is I don't think there's anything you can tell. You can tell them that they went to the pit of hell and took the hair and made it. Nigerian girls were still gonna wear wigs
because the men will want to.
This is just wait.
It is what it is. Oh my God. Anyway, we'll continue this conversation definitely at some point because, you know, we love our hair, we love being black, we love everything that comes with it. And with this whole wigs thing, it's not to say you shouldn't buy it. Do what you want.
Yeah, do whatever you want.
At the end of the day, we will always do whatever the heck we want.
Just pray.
Don't let me scare you, but please pray for that hair. That's my message. I don't know, wash it with coarse salt, buy some sage, whatever, buy some crystal. Whatever you believe in, do a little sang, because you never know. But yeah, that was it for this episode. Thank you so much for listening or watching if you're watching the video. And thank you so much, you guys, for the support. We have been seeing the numbers increasing and we love that. We really appreciate you guys. Continue sending us some of your stories through the Google form, even DMs, whatever you prefer. And you will hear from us on our next episode.
And buy Ancient Beauty.
And stop buying Cantu. I'm kidding. Bye, you guys.
Bye.
Bye.